I want you to take a second and just breathe. I see you. I see the way you still check the time, wondering if they're thinking about you, or if the silence you've built is actually working. You've gone no contact to save your life, but the quiet can be haunting. It's natural to wonder what's happening on the other side of that wall. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain for you. You've been told that they've moved on, that they're happy, or that they've forgotten you entirely. That's the lie the silence tells. But silence isn't empty, it's a canvas they use to paint a version of reality that doesn't exist. While you are healing, they are navigating a world without their primary mirror. And for a person with no internal soul, that is a terrifying way to live every single day. We're going deep into the secret rituals of their absence. Because what they do when you aren't looking is the ultimate proof of your worth and their emptiness. You aren't crazy for feeling like the air is still thick with their energy. You are sensing the frantic, invisible waves of a person who has lost their North Star. They are currently drifting in a dark sea, and they are desperate for a light. Have you ever wondered why you feel a sudden wave of anxiety out of nowhere, even after months of peace? It's often because they've just looked at your name or your old photos, or tried to bypass your blocked list. They are poking at the perimeter of your life like a predator checking for a weak spot in the fence. Their daily life is a series of these tiny, desperate probes into the void you left. This isn't a story about them missing you in the way you miss a friend. It's about a parasite that lost its host. It's about the hidden, gritty reality of a narcissist trying to survive on the fumes of your memory. They are performing for an audience of ghosts. And the secret knowledge we're discussing today is the only thing that will finally stop you from wondering if they are okay. They aren't. Imagine a movie where the villain is left alone in a crumbling mansion. That is their internal state. They aren't living the best life you see on their Instagram stories. That's just the set design. Behind the scenes, they are scrambling. They are tallying up the loss of your labor, your beauty, and your sanity. You were the glue holding their fake identity together, and now the glue is completely gone. You might feel a pang of guilt, thinking you abandoned them. But I want you to look at that feeling. That's the trauma bond speaking. That's the good person in you trying to solve a problem that isn't yours to fix. They are using your empathy against you, even in the silence. They want you to worry. They want you to wonder. Because as long as you are wondering, they still have a hook in your heart. I've spent years talking to people who broke no contact because they couldn't handle the not knowing. Every single one of them regretted it. Because the person they found on the other side wasn't the one they remembered. They found a shell. They found a person who had spent their time building more lies instead of growing. Don't let your curiosity become the door that lets the darkness back in. The central question we're answering today is this: what is the cost of your absence to a person who only exists through others? The answer is everything. Their daily routine is a hollow ceremony of trying to feel real again. Without your reaction, they are fading. They are like a radio station with no one listening, broadcasting into the cold, empty space of a world that no longer validates them. This is the beginning of your revelation. We are moving from "what are they doing?" to "why does it no longer matter?" This shift is the most powerful thing you will ever experience. It's the moment the victim becomes the observer. You are about to see the narcissist as they truly are, not a monster to be feared, but a small, frantic creature trying to stay visible in a world that is moving on. To understand their daily life, you have to understand the inventory check. Every morning, they scan their world for supply. It's a mechanical process. They check their phone, their messages, and their social media metrics. When your name is missing from that list, it's a psychological red alert. It's a deficit they can't easily fill, no matter how many new people they try to distract themselves with. They are like a person trying to keep a dozen spinning plates in the air. You were the biggest, most stable plate they had. Now that you've fallen, the whole rhythm is off. They spend their hours trying to speed up the other plates to compensate, but the balance is gone. They are physically and mentally exhausted by the sheer effort of appearing fine to a world that doesn't actually care about them. Their hidden motive is simple: relevance. They need to be the main character in your story, even if they're the villain. When you go no contact, you fire them from that role. This triggers a deep, existential panic. They begin to stalk your absence. They look for signs that you are miserable without them. If you look happy, it's a direct injury to their ego. They spend their days hunting for your pain. Have you ever felt that strange ping of intuition that they are talking about you? You're right. They are. They are currently running a smear campaign light to anyone who will listen. They aren't necessarily yelling, they are whispering. They are testing the waters to see who still belongs to them. They are building a fortress of lies to protect themselves from the reality that you were the one who left. Their internal world is a desert, and your attention was the rain. Now, they are trying to manufacture artificial rain. They'll post old photos or quotes about loyalty and betrayal, hoping you'll see them. It's a bait and switch. They are fishing in an empty pond, but they can't stop throwing the line. Their daily routine is defined by this repetitive, futile search for a reaction that isn't coming. They use placeholder supply to get through the day. These are the people they don't really like, but who provide enough likes and comments to keep them from collapsing. It's like eating junk food when you're starving for a real meal. They are never full. They are never satisfied. They spend their evenings in a state of high-alert boredom, scrolling through the lives of others to feel a spark. Think of their mind as a courtroom where they are both the judge and the only witness. They spend their time rehearsing their defense. I didn't do anything wrong, they tell themselves. They were the crazy one. They have to say it 1,000 times a day just to believe it. Your silence is the prosecutor they can't silence. It's the evidence of their failure that they carry around in their pocket. There is a specific kind of digital stalking they do that would shock you. They don't just look at your profile, they look at the people you follow. They look at who is liking your photos. They are trying to map out your new world so they can find a way back in, or a way to ruin it. It's a dark, analytical obsession born of the fact that they have no interesting life of their own to focus on anymore. They are masters of the proxy check. They'll reach out to a mutual friend or a family member with a casual question. Oh, have you heard from them lately? I just had a dream they were in trouble. It's a manipulation disguised as concern. They are trying to get information without getting their hands dirty. They want to know if the door is still locked. They are terrified that it truly is. This breakdown reveals the truth you already sensed. They are obsessed with your silence. Your peace is a mirror they can't stand to look at. They spend their days trying to break that mirror so they don't have to see their own reflection. But the harder they try to break it, the more pieces there are. You are becoming a mosaic of strength, and they are becoming a pile of jagged, useless glass. The plot twist happens when the new supply fails to satisfy the hunger. At first, they are in a golden period with someone else, trying to show you what you're missing. But then the mask starts to slip again. The new person isn't you. They don't know the cues. They don't have the history. The narcissist realizes that they've traded a high-quality soul for a cheap imitation. This is the shift. Suddenly, the silence isn't a game they're winning. It's a prison they're trapped in. They start to spiral. This is the moment they might send that accidental text or like a photo from 3 years ago. It's a frantic attempt to re-establish a connection before they completely disappear from your mind. They are no longer the cool, indifferent predator. They are the desperate, hungry ghost at your door. You might see a change in their social media tone. It goes from living my best life to people are so fake these days. This is the sound of their internal world collapsing. They are realizing that their tricks don't work on you anymore. You've become a non-player character in their game, and that is a devastating blow. They are losing the ability to script your life. You are now the author. Imagine the scene. They are sitting in their car, staring at your blocked profile, feeling a physical ache of resentment. It's not love, it's the pain of losing control. They are realizing that the old you is dead, and the new you is someone they don't recognize. This turning point is where they decide to either double down on the smear campaign or start the slow, dark process of a total collapse. The pacing of their life becomes erratic. One day they are posting a dozen photos of a party, the next they go dark for a week. They are trying to provoke a "what's wrong" from you. But the silence continues. Your lack of reaction is the most powerful weapon in your arsenal. It's a psychological plot twist they never saw coming. They thought you were weak. They found out you were a mountain. They begin to realize that this secret knowledge you have is out. You know the truth about them. This makes you dangerous. They spend their days worrying about who you are talking to. Are you telling the truth? Are you exposing the mask? The turning point is the moment they move from being the dumper to being the hunted. They are hunted by the truth you carry, and they can't run fast enough. This is when they might try a Hail Mary move. A fake emergency, a dramatic public post, or a sudden change of heart email. It's a cinematic climax of manipulation. They are pulling out all the stops. But because you've seen the script, the drama feels like a bad play. You aren't moved. You aren't scared. You are just tired. That exhaustion is the sign that the turning point is complete. The power shift is visceral. You can feel it in your bones. You are no longer the one waiting. You are the one who has arrived. While they are stuck in the past, trying to fix a bridge they burned, you are building a skyscraper in a new city. The turning point is the realization that their hidden things are just pathetic attempts to stay relevant in a life that has already outgrown them. They are now experiencing the discard that they used to weaponize against you. Only this time, it's permanent. It's not a tactic, it's a reality. They are feeling the weight of being truly forgotten. This is the ultimate narcissistic injury. To be forgotten is to cease to exist. They are fading out of the movie, and they are screaming at the screen, but the audience has already left the theater. You've reached the peak of the mountain. From here, you can see the whole landscape. You see the narcissist's daily routine for what it is, a tragic, repetitive cycle of self-destruction. The turning point is the moment you stop looking through the binoculars. You put them down. You turn around. You start walking toward the sun. The drama is over. Your life is finally beginning in earnest. Now we face the dark, honest truth, the invisible decay. When a narcissist is truly out of contact, they begin to rot psychologically. It's like a body lying in a hospital bed that no one visits. The scent of their desperation starts to permeate everything they do. They look the same on the outside, but inside, the foundation is crumbling. They are a living ghost, haunted by their own choices. The consequences are hitting them in the quiet hours. They are losing their A-game. Their charm is becoming brittle. People are starting to see through the cracks. Without your emotional labor to smooth things over, their true nature is leaking out into their workplace, their friendships, and their family. They are facing a social slow burn, where the people they rely on are backing away. They are haunted by this specific detail of your kindness. Not because they value it, but because they realize they can't buy it anywhere else. They remember how you cared for them, and they realize the new supply is just as selfish as they are. It's a dark irony. They are stuck with people just like them. They are surrounded by mirrors of their own toxicity. This is their permanent hell. Their health often starts to reflect the internal chaos. They aren't sleeping. They are drinking more or working more or distracting themselves into a state of burnout. They are a machine running at 100% capacity just to stay stationary. The consequence of their narcissism is a total loss of peace. They will never know what it feels like to just sit in a room and be okay with themselves. The tone of their life has become one of detached bitterness. They feel like the world has cheated them. They blame you. They blame the system. They blame luck. They are incapable of accountability, so they are destined to repeat the same mistakes until the end. This is the harsh truth. They will never change. They will just get older and more bitter. The collapse is slow, but it is inevitable. You see them from a distance and they look fine, but you know the code. You see the forced smile. You see the deadness in the eyes. They are a shell of a person performing a role for an audience of strangers. The consequence of losing you is the loss of the only person who actually saw them and stayed. Now they are seen by no one. They are just a face in the crowd, screaming for attention. The hospital bed metaphor is real. They are lying in the bed of their own ego, surrounded by the smell of their past betrayals. No one is coming to save them because they've alienated everyone who ever cared. They are experiencing the ultimate isolation. They might have followers, but they have no friends. They might have a partner, but they have no intimacy. They are truly, deeply alone. This is the part where the secret knowledge becomes your shield. You realize that their best life is a prison. You realize that their silence is a mask for their misery. You no longer envy them. You no longer hate them. You just see the tragedy of a life wasted on a false self. The collapse is the natural result of trying to build a world on a foundation of sand. The tide has finally come in. The consequences are recognizable and real. You see it in the way they can't hold on to a job, or the way their best friends change every 6 months. You see it in the way they look for new beginnings that always end the same way. They are a traveler with no destination, running from a shadow that is attached to their own feet. They are the consequence of their own pathology. You are finally being told what you always knew. They are suffering. Not in a way that leads to growth, but in a way that leads to decay. Your no contact was the most loving thing you ever did, for yourself. It was the moment you stopped being an accomplice to their self-destruction. The collapse is theirs to manage now. You've handed them the bill for their choices, and they are bankrupt. We transition now from the darkness into the earned light of your empowerment. The final truth is this: their hidden things were never about you. They were always about the hole in their heart that nothing can fill. Your healing starts with the realization that you didn't fail to save them. You succeeded in saving yourself. That is a victory that no amount of narcissistic rage can ever diminish. I want to speak to your pain. It's okay that it still hurts sometimes. It's okay that the silence feels heavy. You are mourning the person you thought they were, and that is a real loss. But look at your strength. Look at the fact that you are here, listening, growing, and breathing. You have done the impossible. You have escaped the gravity of a black hole and found your way back to the stars. Your strength is no longer a response to their abuse. It is an internal power that belongs only to you. You are no longer the survivor. You are the sovereign. You are the one who decides who gets access to your heart. The narcissist's hidden things are now just distant whispers in a language you no longer speak. You've translated your trauma into wisdom, and that is your greatest asset. Empowerment isn't about being loud, it's about being certain. It's the quiet certainty that you are enough. It's the knowledge that your love was a gift, and if they couldn't handle it, that is their tragedy, not yours. You are a high-value soul who has been through the fire and come out tempered like steel. You are unbreakable now. You are a lighthouse for others who are still in the dark. The cinematic closing of your story isn't a reunion. It's a scene of you walking alone on a beach at sunrise, feeling the wind on your face and knowing that you are safe. The narcissist is nowhere to be found. They are a footnote in a book you've already finished. You are the protagonist of a new story, and the pages are blank and beautiful. You are finally, irrevocably, free to be you. I want you to carry this resonance with you. You were never the problem. You were the solution they were too broken to accept. Your empathy is your superpower, and now that it's no longer being drained by a vampire, it will heal you in ways you can't even imagine. You are entering a season of radical peace. Let the narcissist stay in their chaos. Your work there is completely finished. The final truth is that you are lovable. You are worthy of a love that doesn't require you to disappear. You are worthy of a partner who sees your soul and honors it. The narcissist's hidden things were just the walls of a cage you've already escaped. Don't look back at the cage. Look at the sky. Look at the opportunities that are blooming all around you now that the weeds are finally pulled. You are the eye of the storm. The world can be chaotic and people can be difficult, but you have an internal sanctuary that no one can touch. You've built this sanctuary out of the bricks they threw at you. It is strong. It is beautiful. It is yours. You are the master of your own peace. The narcissist is just a shadow passing in the night, and you are the sun that makes the shadows disappear. This is the end of the mystery. The hidden things have been exposed. The monster has been unmasked. The hero has found their way home. You can stop searching now. You can stop wondering. You have all the answers you will ever need. You are whole. You are complete. You are healed. The story of you and them is over. The story of you is just beginning. Take a breath. You made it. Live your life so beautifully that their absence becomes the most precious thing you own.